Jiu-jitsu by day, Energized Show by night.
Okay, here we go. Okay, what's going on, guys? And welcome to a brand new episode of Energized, brought to you by Our Kings Competitions. Ross,
are you intoxicated or something?
Introduce the guest, man.
Today we have two-time Energized Pro Fighter of the Year. It is the one and only. It is the fighting pride of the North Side. It's Nathan Kelly.
What's up, boys? Thanks for having me on yet again.
That was absolutely epic.
Man, and like you're over there in Dubai. You're about to share the car. Unfortunately, you didn't win a Fighter of the Year this year. Paul Hughes won. You're sharing the car with him. So you can have a hard sparring session with him over there, and then let us know who's the real Fighter of the Year.
I won back-to-back titles. I can't be complaining. I've already achieved a lot under the Energized banner, you know.
Yeah, you really have, and you're riding this 11-fight win streak. You're on a massive spot over in Dubai. You're been in Dubai since November. Life looks pretty good for you over there at the moment, Nate, is it?
Yeah, life's pretty good. Like training away, have good lads around me. You know, John Mitchell, Shannon Coakley, working with Ozzy. He's a very good coach, and he's leveling us all up, giving us a lot of insight to different, you know, approaches and methods and ways of thinking towards grappling and stuff like that. So yeah, it's gone really well. Life is pretty good. I'm happy at the minute. I'm over here living with me missus, my first time ever getting a taste of living away from home and my parents, and what way to test that out and to try yourself in the deep end living with your board. So that's a challenge as well. I'm only messing. This
isn't a comedy show, Nate.
But no, it's great. It's great to have her with me. I missed her when she was gone. So you know, I was happy to see her, and yeah, just good weather. You know, different lifestyle. I feel like I'm more on the ball over here. Personally, like at the minute, I feel like, well, maybe it's because of the event that's in it. I'm very switched on, but you know, like just being away from like me friends and me family, it's different. Like you tune in a different way, and you don't really have, you know, influences or other people's kind of stresses or something like that kind of hanging over you on your day-to-day life. And yeah, it's a different feeling from you, but I'm really enjoying it. And yeah, I'm just trying to make the most out of my time over here while I'm here.
Good, yeah, and like the train looks very intense there, and we love the way you left Paul Buckley out of those names that you dropped, because we hate MMA Cork on this podcast. That's what we're saying, and that's what we're sticking with. That's what the MMA Cork lad tells. We hate Cork. So
Cork. I can't.
We do hate you.
Paul Buckley trains us as well. I can't leave out good old Paul. Paul's a good lad. I left him out.
He's all right for a Cork fella. Same with John Boy. All right for a Cork fella, you know.
If anyone from Cork is watching this, turn it off right now. Thank you.
Yeah.
And also, Happy New Year to everyone tuning in as well. Nate, like
except
obviously you're
from Cork.
Except for people from Cork.
You are just reeling yourselves in that the Cork lads are going to be coming for you now.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's like Energized versus Cork is the same as this PFL Bellator Champion Series card. Ireland versus Dagestan. You know.
Well, Nate, obviously, like you went over in November, and then we were talking about how like spending Christmas over there, like the amount of drinking and partying and socializing that goes on around Christmas time. Like, how was that? Just spending it away abroad and just training it.
Yeah, obviously it was different, because I feel like Christmas is actually the one time of the year that I normally switch off. Like, and there's one day of the year that I guaranteed to go out for drinks with my mates, and that's Stephen's Day. It's the one day of the year that I schedule in, regardless of, you know, what's going on. I always go out with my mates on Stephen's Day, have a few drinks, do a few bets or whatever. And so that was different. Being away from my family, not having Christmas dinner with my family was different. But, you know, it wasn't something that like it didn't hit me in the heart or anything. It didn't hit me in the feels or anything like that. It wasn't something that like I was like longing to experience again, or something that I really missed out on. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. I'm I have a task at hand. I have a goal set. I have a purpose, and I've never had to be in a fight camp over the Christmas. So I was due one. I'm fighting. I'm fighting since I'm 17. I've never had to diet or discipline myself over the Christmas period once. So I've got this far. I think I was due a little kick up the hole and forced to do the night shift, we'll call it, in MMA. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nate, also you posted on your Instagram recently saying you are that guy. Can you tell us what that feels like and what exactly do you mean by that?
Yeah, at the minute I just feel like I am that guy. I feel like I'm the guy who's getting in, fighting lads, getting pullouts, getting lads missing weight, staring everyone down the end of me barrel and still firing. Do you know what I mean? And taking heads off or choking lads out. Like I'm doing exactly what's needed of me. I'm preparing to the best of my ability, regardless of who steps in with me on the night. If they miss weight or if they pull out or whoever, like I'm there to fight. I'm there to fight whoever's in front of me. I show up every single time. I perform every single time. I've been in highly stressful, like main card, main event. You know what I mean? Sold out crowds, a lot. You know what I mean? Madison Square Garden, like positions where people might crumble mentally. Like I'm taking it all in on my stride and still coming out with myself smelling the roses. So like I feel like I'm really becoming that guy now. You know what I mean? And I'm fight by fight, opponent by opponent. I'm starting to make such a name for myself, and there's only a matter of time before I'm challenging for titles. And if I keep winning the way I'm winning, hopefully by the end of this year, early next year, I can be in somewhat of a contention for a title of some sort, whether that be on the Champion Series thing or that be me getting a shot with the PFL in the $1 million season. Whatever route they want to send me, I'll be ready for it. And like I said, I'm going to be that guy, and I'm going to make sure I get that win.
Absolutely epic, isn't it, Ross?
Yeah, absolutely. And to be honest, I think from day one we've said, ever since you signed for the PFL, you've sort of been one of their guys. You main event at Dublin. You've got a main card spot on a card in Dubai. This is the first time a major promotion has come to Dubai, put on an event. They've given you this spot. As you said there, I suppose the bit of breaking news from this show is probably going to be Magomed Sharipov is actually out of the card, and now you're actually going to fight Ahmed Magomedov. The only difference between these two names is there was a sharp in the middle of the other person's name, and now there's no sharp anymore. And maybe after seeing some of those sharp elbows that you've been hitting recently, that Magomed Sharipov wanted a way out and didn't fancy a bit of Nathan Kelly, especially riding that 11-fight win streak.
Yeah, it was definitely, it would have been a big jump up. It's a big jump up in opponent for me as well. Don't get me wrong, but it was definitely going to be a big jump up in opponent for him as well. Like, you know what I mean? Fighting lad who was on a big winning streak, finishing lads, not just grinding out decisions, not just hanging on for their life. This is someone who's finishing lads and being ruthless and being a force to be reckoned with. And that can be a lot for someone to take on it. They've had lads who they've fought who they knew they were better than. And even Kazan's last fight against that American guy, I think he should have been finishing him. Do you know what I mean? Like he won impressively. Yeah, he dominated him over 3 rounds. But if you're going to dominate someone over 3 rounds, you have to be finishing them. In my mind, that's just my standards. That's what the standards I have for myself as a fighter, and what I want to do with myself, and what I want to achieve, and how I want to achieve it. But yeah, look, people come and go. He got injured, allegedly. So that's all I have to go off, and have a new opponent now, a new replacement, another Russian, and I'm just gonna go in and do the same thing, win and dominate this fella. He's coming to step in and try to take an opportunity away from me, trying to take a paycheck, happy paycheck away from me. And there's a bigger picture here for me. I'm headed towards greatness, and no matter who steps in front of me, I'm going forward with complete domination in my mind. Like, I will die in there. So I hope he's ready to feel that heat on the night. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. And look, you're 4-0 in the PFL. I mean, you probably have won the best record of all PFL fighters. And come was it January 25th? Is it?
Yeah.
You'll move to 5-0, and look, 4 of them will be finishes. You know what I mean? like out of your 11-fight winning streak, I think 10 finishes are in the first round as well. Like you are like steamrolling most of this competition at the moment. Do you just feel like you have that aura about yourself at the moment? Do you feel like you're just so confident in your own skill set at the moment?
Yeah, I think I am. Like, well, I don't think I am. I know I am. I'm very confident in myself. But it's all like I feel like I have every right to be because I fucking work my bollocks off every single day for the last 4 or 5 years since made me come back to MMA. I've dedicated my life to this. Like I've never dedicated my life to anything else before in my life. So the confidence I'm feeling, this aura that I'm showing, it's all vindicated by my work rate and my effort that I'm putting in. Like if I was half-arsing it and I was getting these decisions and these wins and whatever, and I knew I was just fucking bluffing this, like I'd be like, I probably wouldn't be as confident. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, oh, like what? But I am working. No matter which opponent I have, I'm working as if this is a world title fight. You know what I mean? That's always my mentality. Every fight is a world title fight, and that's why I prepared, and that's my mentality. And I have to always fight as if I'm the best fighter in the world, and whoever is in front of me has been fed to me, and that's my mentality. You know what I mean? I have to go in, dominate them, show that I'm the force to be reckoned with, not taking back step, not back down, and ultimately hunt for the finishes. And I think when you are that type of fighter, you get a lot of respect, and I think a lot of fans love that type of fighting. There's someone who's all out to try and finish a fight, and just to be so ruthless and dominant.
100%, man. 100%. Like
that's the way
fans
you describe
love
as ruthless, isn't it?
very ruthless, man. But like the fans do love that. Like I mean, like I know there's a lot of talk about the Dagestani lads, but like when I was watching the PFL end the season tournament, I think a lot of them won, and it wasn't that entertaining as a fight fan. Whereas like look at yourself, the way you go out and finish people, like that's what the fans want. I saw Khabib mention as well that the only fighters Ireland have is Conor and Paul Hughes. Like surely you must be like, nah, you have to put Nathan Kelly's name in there, no?
Oh, well, obviously I am, but he obviously doesn't have a brother. Is who I am. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna fucking cry too much about what Khabib thinks about me. You know what I mean? But one thing he definitely did do was light a little fire under the belly, and I seen it. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna fucking come out and I'm gonna show that. Like, you write me off, big mistake, big mistake. You know what I mean? I only need one. I don't even need motivation to do this. I'm already dialed in, but someone lights that fire under me. You know what I mean? We'll just watch and see. That's my mentality towards, and getting the fight at Dagestan, getting the fight at Russian lad. It's the perfect way to show. You know what I mean? You have that mindset or that approach or way of thinking towards us Irish fighters. Wait and see.
Do you feel like come fight week things there's going to be a very us versus them mentality that's formed, and do you feel like there's going to be a bit more animosity in this fight week, and it's going to be a different vibe than to most other fight weeks? Do you feel like there'll be more of a collective this fight week feel as opposed to, normally you probably go in and do your fight week and it's just all about you? But do you feel like there's a bit of a, we're actually going to war here type thing?
Like, I suppose that since Conor and Khabib have fought, there's kind of just been that natural feeling towards the Irish and the Russians anyway. Like, I remember the lads telling me at the IMAFs when they went to fight in one of the IMAFs, there was armed support, like, keeping the Irish and the Russian team away from each other. Like, so, it goes back to even then. You know what I mean? Like there is a real rivalry here. Since that, you know what I mean? It's just everyone knows it. It's unspoken of. You don't even need to speak of it. You can just feel it. But on fight week, to be honest, the Russians might be like trying to have that bully mentality. That's the way they are. Do you know what I mean? The Russians just have that bully mentality. Couldn't give a rat's about them fight week anyway. Especially, I'm just there to chill. I'm there to relax and make weight and stuff like that. Like, you will not rile me up on fight week. I just choose not to be roiled. You know what I mean? I'm too focused on being relaxed before the fight. You know what I mean? They might try to stick out that chest and wherever, like, and they can swivel on it because I'm not giving them any energy. You know what I mean? I'm not fighting. I'm not playing the game that maybe they want to play. You know what I mean? I'm there. I'll play the game on the night when I make weight, when I eat my food, when I'm fully hydrated. Then I'll play the game. Then I'll stick out my chest, and then I'll show you who's gonna be the one losing. You know what I mean? It's the Dagestani's gonna be losing to us Irish on the night, and one thing is for certain, that no matter who they put in front of me, whether it's a Dagestani, a Brazilian, whoever, you know what I mean, I'm coming there to ultimately win in the most vicious way possible. You know what I mean? You know, this lad here, he's lost. He's has a chink in his armor, and I think he's coming off a 2-year layoff. And you know, I've been, you know, in that 2 years, I've really had like 5 or 6 fights. It's gonna be like my 6th fights back since he's last fought. So, you know, I am not only have I been training flat out in the gym, I've been getting the rounds in the fights, and like, you know, I'm saying rounds, I'm fucking winning the 4th round. Probably not a whole lot of rounds, but
When you have the fights together, you're getting the rounds in.
yeah, when I had the fights together, I'm getting the rounds. You know what I mean? But like, I'm getting that in-fight experience. I'm getting that them nerves, them feels, them the whole. I'm going through the motions. I've went through the motions 5 or 6 times since he last fought. So he has a big card to jump onto. All this Irish versus Dagestan hype, which if he loses, he's dishonoured. You know what I mean? Like, and he's fighting me. You know what I mean? A fucking animal.
Yeah, absolute animal. And they tell us this. Obviously, you would have watched Brendan Loughnane versus Tizarev, I think is how you say it. Tell us, you know, obviously Paul Hughes says he wants to win the belt and go into the tournament next year, the $1 million tournament. Is that something that you're hoping? Is that something that you're going to call your shot if you pick up another win here, that you want to be in that $1 million tournament next year?
Yeah, I'd like to be in it. If not this year coming, maybe next year. Honestly, boys, I know it's not. It's probably not gonna happen or whatever, but I'd fucking love to have a rattle off Pitbull before, if he does end up leaving the company or whatever. Like, that's a fight I would fucking love to have. So I'd love to beat this lad and then maybe fight Pitbull. I'd be brazen enough to call for it. Like, he's smaller height than me. Yeah, he's big and stocky. It's a good style. It's a good matchup. He's up for the dust up. Do you know what I mean? Like, and he's powerful. He's experienced. And you beat him, you're beating the MMA legend. Do you know what I mean? And that's a fight I want. That's an exciting fight for me. You know what I mean? Kazan pulled out. You know what I mean? If I beat this lad, I feel like I'm jumping past Kazan just based off activity. Do you know what I mean? So I want to cement my name in the legacy of MMA and fight Pitbull. I just think that would be a class fight. If it is his last fight or whatever is going on with his contract, I'd love to be the one that has that one last rattle off him for the belt. You know what I mean? And yeah, we'll see what happens. Obviously, there's probably people who are lining him up with force before then, but that's one fight I'd love to call for 100%, especially before like he, you know, either jump ship or whatever. Pitbull is one that I'd love to happen with.
Yeah, well, like, there's nothing's out of the realm of possibility, especially PFL aren't afraid to push it. And we saw, you know, Paul Hughes went from Bobby King to AJ McKee. So what's to stop you going from Magomedov to Pitbull? You know what I mean? Like, why not? I think just get the W on Jan 25th and call your shot. Why not? You have nothing to lose.
100%. Like, you don't ask, you don't get, and you know, just even to put the idea into the head that I'm mad enough to call him out and try for it is will probably do me, you know, really good justice and show him that I'm game and I'm willing to step up to this much more experienced person for his belt and try to snatch it off him.
Yeah, well, like, for the people tuning in now, you have to make sure to tune in to watch Ireland versus Dagestan, also known as Bellator Dubai. It's on January 25th. Obviously, Nate's going to be on it. Paul Hughes is going to be on it. Kenny Moko Nwana is going to be on it. And also John Mitchell is going to be on it. Nate, just before we let you get back to tanning, who's going to be in your corner on January 25th?
I'm going to have John, Dave, as usual. I've come this far with them. They're never not going to be in my corner. And I'm going to have Ozzy, who I'm working with over here. I've been working with him since the end of November. It's only fair that he's in the corner. He's seeing me every single day. Him and John communicate from Ireland to here, and they're talking about me training, and you know, it's working well, and we're all in the loop. So I'll have the 3 boys in the corner. Yeah, dream team. We'll be a force to be reckoned with. Ozzy is like the counter spy. He's a Russian lad training us Irish fighters for for the Ireland versus Russian card. He's counter surveillance against his Russian kinfolk, So yeah, Ozzy's a great lad. He's really pushing us really well, and he has our best interests at heart, and he's really making us work really, really hard, open our wrestling game, really open the the grittiness, the work that he's really instilling in us, how honest labour wrestling is, you know what I mean? And as he said to me just after training tonight, he just said, with your wrestling, this guy is gonna panic, you know what I mean? This guy is really gonna panic, and he's like, your wrestling defense is so good, and he's like, you take him down, and then he won't know what to do, you know what I mean? And I'm a grappler at heart, boys. You know what I mean? I just have power in the hands. Like I'm not one bit am I afraid to grapple with any of the Russians. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, they're strong. Yeah, they're juice heads. This, that, and the other. But I think my grappling level is really, really high, and put me in on the night when it means most. I bring it up another level, even tenfold. Do you know what I mean? There's no freezing. There's no panic. There's nothing now me on the night. On the night, I'm going at you, and he's just another lag in my way. And I think I'll stop a few takedowns and then enter in, take him down myself. He'll shit his jocks and he won't know what to do. He'll feel lost, and that's when I'll shine 100%. And that's seems to be the tail of most of me career. Lads go plan A, that it doesn't work, and then I just steamroll, and then you know what I mean. And it's going to be no different on the night, January 25th. I'm gonna bust this lad up, 100%.
But I'm actually buzzing for this. I think it's going to be unreal. Like, I feel like this Ireland versus Russia thing has just like really made the card so much more interesting. And like, I'm also like really interested in each person's fight individually as well. I think, as you say, Nathan, like you've been absolutely smashing up everyone who's been put in front of you. Obviously, Paul is fighting for a world title. Looking to see John Boy bounce back from the sort of European series that he was on last year, and then also I feel like it's been a very long time since we've seen Kenny Mokunawana back in the cage. So I think he's always exciting, and I think he's coming off the first loss of his pro career as well. So let's see how Kenny bounces back from that. With that being said, obviously, when Kenny and Paul do come out to you, have you spoken to either of them about like training in the same facility that you're training in or anything? Or?
Yeah, Paul reached out to us, reached out to John, reached out to myself. Just sent them on while we were training, and just said about how we're looking forward to getting some work in with each other. Yeah. It is Ireland versus Russia, Team Ireland getting together. I don't know if Kenny's coming out a little bit earlier or not, but if he isn't, he'll be able to see him on fight week, and that'll be that anyway. But I know Paul's coming out earlier, so it'd be nice to have me, John, and Paul train together for the last few weeks to really cement that Irish fucking team spirit in us, and tunnel vision going ahead. Like at the minute, I know Paul is on a tear. He's very, very sharp, and John, I train with John every day. John's a beast. Like, boys, you don't even understand. John is a beast. He really, really is. He's built different mentally. You know what I mean? He really has such a high work rate. He's a dog, and he's gonna go out and smash this fella. No ifs or buts about it. If he doesn't, he's getting stick. He's getting stick. You know what I mean? Yeah. If he doesn't smash this lad, he's getting stick. But because he's just on fire and training, and it's great to train with lads like that. We're all pushing each other, and it's gonna be a nice way to close out the training before the weight cut and the fight of the week.
They don't call him the course box for nothing, Basmo.
Yeah.
Okay.
And get that right, otherwise you'll be in trouble.
Yeah, get that right, lads. Nate, is there anything else you want to say to the people before they tune into the Bellator Dubai on the 25th of January, bud?
Just as always, thanks everyone for your support online. Especially I'm abroad at the minute, so I'm getting a lot of, a bit more online attention for this fight because of the card that it is. I've gotten a lot of nice comments, nice messages from people wishing me well, and people wishing success upon me, and it's really it's really humbling. It's really great to feel that you have actually I hate saying fans because I just feel I prefer to call them supporters. But yeah, the fans have been spot on for this, always supporting me and keeping me my ego a little bit raised a little bit. You know what I mean? Making me feel like I am a bit of a someone. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, ultimately, just thanks to my team, my coaches for their work. I need my sponsors, Chalk Training Ground here. They've looked after me with me training, me nutrition, me recovery. My other sponsors, Fit Meals AE, who have been supplying me meal prep and all my meals for the whole camp, and my weight's coming down steadily. I still have energy, and they're really, really tasty as well. So make sure to check them out if you haven't, and you're in Dubai. And yeah, just thanks again to yourselves, lads, giving me another chance to get my name out on a platform, get some exposure out there, build the hype, and yeah, I'm just really grateful for everything that's going on in my life at the minute. I'm really, really, really chuffed with how everything is going. I'm at a great spot in my life. I'm in a great headspace. I'm driven. I'm hungry. I know what I want. I know what I want to achieve, and I know where I'm aiming. So it's just a matter of time before I get there.
Sure, look, you're a fan favorite of the Energized Show. Like we said at the top of the show, 2-time winner of Energized Male Fighter of the Year. The fight and pride in the North Side. Nathan Kelly, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. You're the man. Do us all proud come January 25th. And chalk one up on the board for Team Ireland. See the way I got the chalk in there? You better believe it, baby.
Thanks, boys. Yeah, and no doubt about it. I'm getting a win for Ireland on the night. I will have to croak it in there to let a Russian beat me on that night. But all the hype that's had to be put into it, you know what I mean? The only way I'm gonna lose is if I literally die. You know what I mean? I am not losing this fight, 100%.
Did we have Basmo?
Yeah, don't die, bud.
I'll try my best not to die.
Well, mate, we'll let you get on with the rest of your day, bud, and catch up a bit more of that suntan, yeah?
Jiu-Jitsu by day, Energized Show by night.
So, Ross, that was Nathan Kelly.
Yeah, dialed in. Bit of breaking news as well. New opponent. Look, I feel like it doesn't actually matter that guy. New opponent doesn't matter. I think he's so dialed in. He's ready to rock.
I don't actually think, like, we've had him on numerous times, but I don't think I've seen him as dialed in as that.
No, I think he's in killer mode, really, effectively. Yeah. He really is. He's like, what? He's 10 finishes out of his last 11 fights, all in the first round. Like, that man is not a man to be messed with, but I feel like he's over in Dubai. He's acclimatized over there. He knows where he's fighting. He seems to have a great little camp there with John Mitchell, Senan Coakley, Paul Buckley, all guys in and around that sort of 145, 155 weight class. And then, where Ozzy, as he calls him, the Russian spy, and with his intense grappling background, you know what I mean, like, especially on the wrestling side of things, that's definitely going to help and just increase his confidence. Knowing that his wrestling is up to scratch against the Dagestani is definitely going to fill him with confidence. Because I think that's always the thing about going against the Dagestanis, that you're like, oh, what about my wrestling type of thing? Is it up to scratch with theirs? But also, he's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, and he's a high level one at that as well. So, yeah, Nathan Kelly's a killer, and he's in there to hunt.
Yeah, I think the changes, the scenery, over there has like almost revitalized them, I think.
Absolutely, and I also like to see that, like, Paul's already been in touch. He's going to come over and join, like, their base camp type thing, and get training and working there. So, like, it's good to see that there really is that Team Ireland mentality.
Yeah, like I'm absolutely hyped for that card now as well. Like, looking at it, I think it's good. I think the way PFL are putting Paul Hughes against Nurmagomedov, like the way they're promoting it, I think like obviously there's a big interest, but now the way we're speaking with Nathan there, like, we're gonna have some more of the lads on in the build up to the event. Like, I'm already buzzing. It's unfortunate the way it's 3 weeks away. What are we gonna do for 3 weeks, man?
We're going to talk about it every week for 3 weeks.
Every week.
But I actually think I'm as excited for this card as I have been for some of the Bellator Dublin cards. I think there's just a different buzz about this card.
Yeah, they're putting a lot of marketing into it as well. So, look, it's coming soon. So 3 weeks away. It's Saturday the 25th. And we're definitely going to be...
baby.
Yeah, because like it's a new year and new us, Ross. If you are new to the show, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you're from Cork, just leave a comment letting us know what part of Cork you're from. Ross, what part of Cork do we really not like?
I'm going to say Middlestown.
Okay, perfect. Before we get into this weekend's action, because the UFC is back, just over the Christmas time, myself and Ross, we did the Energized end of year 2024 MMA Awards. Now, these sort of went off the rails. We did what way do you want to discuss these, Ross? Because
we might as well start from what award. Do you have the awards in front of you?
Yeah.
Well, we might as well start with the first one who won it, and then we'll give you our opinion on the award. On like, because that was the thing. A lot of people were like, "Can't believe that person won," or why didn't this person win? It's like all we did was pick the nominees, and then the people chose the winner. And then some people were like, "Thanks so much, lads, for the award," and like, we just nominated you. Like, the people voted for you. Like, thank the people who voted for you, not us. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Just name.
How many years have we done now? Just like
I think that's the third.
I think it's actually the fourth.
All right, I think it's the third. I think it's the third one in like this format where like the people vote.
Okay. Well, then we started off with the male fighter of the year. We did the nominees. There was actually how many people?
I think 8 nominated.
Yeah, 8 nominated. Excuse me. There's Paul Hughes. Paul Hughes was the winner. Will Fleury was nominated as well, who went on and won the Octagon light heavyweight title.
Yeah, I think Will Fleury might have got a bigger allocation of the votes if we voted after he won the title. It was just the time he won the title was after the award, so like it just is what it is. But shout out to Will Fleury. That performance was absolutely sensational, wasn't it, Baz?
Yeah, what a fight! Yeah, Nathan Kelly was nominated as well. Andreas Binder, he actually went viral around Galway for people voting for that as well, which goes to show how these awards are not to be taken lightly because people really want to win these. James Webb from Team KF as well, world champion. James Sheehan from Team Rhino, world champion. Richie Smullen as well, and Ian Machado, Gary. So it actually went to a final between Paul Hughes and Ian Gary, and Paul Hughes won it, Ross.
He did.
Like, who would you have given it to if you got a choice?
I think Paul Hughes had the biggest win of the year against AJ McKee. I think 2024 was just his year. I think the way he signed with the PFL, the way they've backed him, the way he had that spotlight show in Dublin, the way he had that sort of back and forth with like Connor watching him and all that sort of thing. In terms of MMA, the MMA world and the MMA bubble that we live in Ireland, no one had a better year than Paul Hughes, I don't think.
Yeah, shout out to Paul. Then
Ian Gary would have been close now if he got that over the line against Chavcat now.
Oh, definitely. But like that didn't happen. It would have been would have been very close, but like Paul would have way more people that would support him here, I think, than Ian. So I think Paul won it and he won it rightly. So because but like you can say that about a lot of fighters. Like if another fighter won another fight.
Oh yeah, but no, but not a lot of other fighters get to the position Ian Gary got to. That was fairly impressive.
Yeah, because
credit's due.
Even where Ian lost, he still technically he won a lot of people.
Yeah, his stock went up.
Yeah, stock went up anyway. Yeah. Then we did the Pro Prospect Fighter of the Year. There were 8 nominees as well. So there was Paddy McCurry from FAI, Kieran Clark from SPG, Max Lally from SPG Charlestown, Amran Shaban from Team QF, who also won the UAE Warriors World title, Dom Norcus from Team KF, Solomon Simon from Team Rhino, Derek Kelly from SPG Ireland, and Matthew Elliott from FAI. And it went to a final 2 between Solomon Simon and Amran Shaban, and the winner was Amran Shaban, Ross, for the Pro Prospect Fighter of the Year. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think look, this one was stacked with talent. I felt like this one could really have gone either way. For me, sort of the top 3 who probably weren't in that like Fighter of the Year contender, but like were in this, I think were for me Solomon Simon, Amran Shaban, probably Paddy McCurry. I felt like those three in particular had phenomenal years. I feel like the likes of your Max Lally and stuff like that will be like a massive, like he'll probably be the person to beat for this award this year in 2025. But look, Solomon Simon getting the finishes, the buzzer beater finishes for me was outrageously impressive. Omran Shaban obviously won the UAE Warriors title, and then he also went on and won a fight in Tough, I think, against, was it the number 1 seed that he beat at the time? Yeah, so like really, really impressive. And then like Paddy McCarty as well, got a win on Tough as well, and then I had that sensational knockout on Cage Warriors as well. So look, they were the three that sort of stood out for me. Feel free to chime in there, Basmo, if anyone else really stood out for you.
No, I'd agree. I thought that, I think it was just the way that Solomon Simon had won his fights.
Yeah,
I was just like, oh, like he's definitely a worthy winner. I know, like all the lads, like obviously you can pick whoever, but I think he really stood out for me. But look, the people voted, and Amran Shaban was the winner. And like, in fairness, he did win a world title, so I mean, like that, he's a worthy winner. Then we did the male amateur fighter of the year. So there was 4 for this. Ross.
Wait, don't read them all out now.
No, because one of the posts was actually missing. So don't worry, I won't. But the winner, it actually went down to a final 4 of Jamie McCafferty, Owen Mass Oliver, Damien McGuigan, and Michael Shields. And the winner then was Michael Shields from FAI. Yeah, he went 3-1 in 2024. IWAR featherweight champion, Cage Conflict featherweight champion, and Avengers only loss of the year. The amount of people that vote on this, man, that was
this is the most voted section of them all. I think this and the Gym of the Year.
Gym of the Year,
yeah. Surprise. But yeah, for me, like when I was looking at, there was 2 people who really stood out to me this year. One of them was in the final, and the other one wasn't. And that's not to take away from anyone else who got a lot of votes. I thought, in terms of actual performances and dominance, I thought Alex Keogh was absolutely sensational from SBG and Ace. I think he was 4 or 5 wins this year, all in the first round, and like a lot of them were in the first 60 seconds of the fight. That man is an absolute phenom and definitely one to be watched. And then Damien McGuigan as well. He's had some sensational wins. He'll be turning pro in 2025. Unbelievable stuff. But not to take anything away from Michael Shields. He won. I think he went 3-1, but within that 3-1, he actually avenged a loss that he had at the start of the year, later on in the year. So he actually got to right or wrong in the meantime and picked up 2 belts along the way. So some unbelievable talent in there, Basmo.
Oh, I'd agree. Like, I mean, it's good, like, covering the sport in Ireland. It's great to see that there is more and more talent coming through. That's why Khabib is wrong, Ross, isn't he?
Khabib is definitely wrong. There's a lot of talent in Ireland. Ireland does very few things poorly, to be honest. I feel like, we're in the acting space, we punch above our weight. In the singing, songwriting, we punch above our weight. In fighting, we punch above our weight. In rugby, we punch above our weight. You know what I mean? For such a small country, we're elite at many things.
Especially GA.
And hurling.
Then the third pro fighter of the year as well, the winner was Conor McCarthy.
The hot stepper.
Yeah, I don't know. Was there only a choice of 4 in that?
No, there's a few in that. But I'll hold my hands up. I think I got some of the dates wrong on some of the times when people turn pro on that. So it was what it was. But Conor McCarthy, SPG and Ace, got the Cage Warriors debut. That was sensational. But also for me, massive shout out to Brian Manning as well. I feel like in terms of entertainment value, you didn't get much more entertainment value than anyone than Brian Manning for that one, Basmo.
I don't know what way Instagram's after doing this, but like the poster of Conor was like before all the nominees. Yeah, so there was, I think it was 4, 8, 12, 16 fighters.
Yeah. A lot of people turn pro this year, so it'll be very interesting to see how many people turn pro in 2025. And we'll be keeping track better this year for the 2025 awards of who turned pro and what way their records went.
Yeah, well, look at the talent here. Like Tiernan Loughrane was in the final of that.
Yeah.
Georgie Grozov was in the final of that. Conor McCarthy was in the final of that, and so was Kieran Brady.
Yeah.
Yes.
All incredible this year, especially Georgie Grozov. I think he had 3 wins, 3 finishes this year since turning pro. That was sensational. Tiernan Loughrane, the Stallion. Great year. All great years. Again, Basmo, just goes to show how much promise is in Irish MMA going forward.
I know. And then for the women's female pro fighter of the year was Shauna Bannon. She was up against Danny McCormick and Valentinas Cassisi, both from SPG Ireland.
And Emer Darcy as well.
And Emer Darcy. Excuse me.
But so look, Emer Darcy, she had a fantastic year in Cage Warriors. I wouldn't be surprised if she sort of end up in around 5-0 by the end of the year, potentially fighting for a Cage Warriors belt the same way, similar to the way Kennedy Freeman fought for a Cage Warriors belt. The division seems to be building around her, and we'll see how things go. I think she needs she's already booked for Dublin against she's fighting Sanchez, who she was scheduled to fight at the end of last year. So we'll see how that one goes. And yeah, obviously Shauna Bannon picked up the win. The first fighter since Aisling Daly to pick up a win in the UFC. First female fighter to pick up a win since Aisling Daly in the UFC. Also the first coaching student winning combination in UFC who both fought in the UFC. So people know what I'm trying to say there. Yeah. And then also shout out to Danny McCormick, who probably had as good a year fighting out, like technically outside the UFC, as you possibly can without fighting in the UFC.
Okay, what's the story of that? Like, are they not going to give her a chance or what? Like,
I think they really, really have to. I think she's.
Yeah, remember you asked Dana.
Earned it for start.
Remember you asked Dana, and he's like, "Consider it done, Roscoe."
Yeah, I don't know what
considering it. Oh
yeah.
My God.
I felt like he plamaws me now at this stage.
I know, man. Maybe you should give him a nudge there.
Yeah.
Then female amateur fighter of the year. The winner was Amy Scully. Like, she was up against some very good girls: Chloe Krauser, Louise Brady.
I think when the award was done, I think she just picked up another win on EFC, hadn't she? Just after the thing went out. So yeah, look, well deserved. Obviously, IMAF gold medalist, like world champion, unbelievable stuff. But also massive shout out to Kyle O'Sullivan, who's someone else who we might see go pro in 2025. She's lighting things up on the amateur scene. She's someone that I'm sure most girls aren't dying to stand across the cage from.
Yeah. Also, if you're a fighter and you're looking to try and create content in any sort of way, make sure to check out Amy Scully, because the way she's doing it is really, really good. She's getting her name out there. Not only is she winning, but like she's putting out world-class content, in my opinion. 1% every day, as one would say. Then Ross, the fight promotion of the year was given to Clan Wars. They had 4 events in 2024, 3 in Belfast, 1 in Dublin. They had 4 pro debuts, and I can see there one pro fight on Cage Warriors.
One pro fighter moved to Cage Warriors, I think it was.
Oh, that was Kieran Brady?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Clan Wars, the winner, Ross. That's 2 years in a row at least now.
Yeah, look, they put on a lot of shows. They're great to have. For me, after watching the last Euro event, I thought the matchmaking on that was absolutely phenomenal. I thought, for me, like the best booked fight of the year on the Irish local scene was Corey McLaughlin versus Mario Di Stefano. I thought like that as a main event is the absolute pinnacle of Irish MMA you can get on the regional scene. 2 top amateurs making their pro debuts against each other, putting it all on the line. To me, like that's something that would like really get my juices going. And I think shout out to them, especially in the past, like Cage Conflict have like got criticism for some of the pro matchups they've done, saying that like they sort of flown over Italians in to get the W, or for their guys to get the W against. But that's what people were saying, and like that's the criticism that the pros come under. At the end of the day, I think that it's very hard to put on a show in Ireland. These guys are probably all undervalued for the work that they actually do.
100%.
And the work that goes into it. And I think also for promotion of the year, a massive shout out to EFC. Even though we hate Cork, putting on 3 shows in your debut year is absolutely outrageous. What a show from them. But again, like, you know, your Chaos, your Cage Legacy is going to come back hopefully in this year. Your Cage Gladiators, Virtus, Premiere, you know, Akuma, you know what I mean? All these shows are absolutely instrumental in the growth of Irish MMA, and every person who runs them, the MMA community should be grateful for them.
Amen. Then the one that really went definitely viral around the Irish MMA scene, the MMA Gym of the Year, Ross. It went the final 3 were Team Rhino, Fight Academy Ireland, and Hula Martial Arts. And I'm not messing, the way Team Rhino and Hula Martial Arts were neck and neck for so long. Now there was only 24 hours, but like it was just non-stop neck and neck. It was absolutely mental, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen so much overtaking of one thing than another in a gym or in a poll. Like, it was like one was winning, the other was winning, one was winning, the other was winning. It was outrageous. But
Papari and Czech Congo.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was like. But look, two unbelievable years for both teams. Maybe I'll start off with FAI. Obviously, you know, Paul Hughes was incredible this year, as was Paddy McCurry. Massive wins. Dane McGuigan on the amateur scene, like, they are probably for me the 3 standouts of the gym this year. Obviously, other talent, Tiernan as well. Don't want to take away from him as well. So, like, massive talent there. Their gym mats are always packed. They're, you know, potentially, you know, but they're definitely the hottest MMA gym, I'd say, in the country right now. They're the ones who are definitely making waves and, you know, making maybe new career pathways as well. Obviously, Reece McKee's in the UFC. Paul Hughes is like a superstar in PFL, headlining shows outside the country, which is something that not many Irish, if any Irish fighters have done. To headline a show outside of Ireland is really, really impressive for somewhere there. So unbelievable work. Then if we touch on Houlihan Martial Arts, I think obviously we touched on Shauna Bannon, one female fighter of the year. So anytime you know, gyms like that have those people, they're going to get a lot of votes. They're going to be very well praised. Paddy Houlihan seems to have put his blood, sweat, and tears into this gym. He seems to have also built like a real community there. It seems to be a gym that's really open and welcoming. It seems to be, from what I could see, like from having a brief look over the votes, I could see that a lot of people from other gyms voted for Houlihan Martial Arts, which makes me believe like they probably have quite a good open door policy and like the, you know, great relationship with other gyms. But also George Grozev, we touched on him earlier. What a guy Georgie is. What an absolute phenom he is. I think LFL should really look towards maybe putting him in a bantamweight title sooner rather than later. I felt like he wasn't maybe meant to win his last matchup, and I think he did. I know he did, but I feel like he wasn't actually meant to win it, judged based on like the fanfare and the fandom his opponent was getting in the build up to the fight. But he went in there and got the job done and got another finish as well. So he's someone who's absolutely phenomenal. And then Team Rhino obviously won it in the end. Obviously, James Sheehan winning the Cage Warriors World title was probably the peak of their year. But obviously, you know, emerging prospect, you know, Solomon King Simon was absolutely phenomenal as well. Lewis Byrne probably has like a submission of the year contender. That was very, very impressive. And then also Jamie Abbott Bissett making his pro debut, getting the finish as well. And I think I'm missing one here. Oh, and then obviously J.R. Harris as well. He went 1-1 for the year as well. But the fight, he didn't get his hand raised in. It was a very close decision.
Yeah, and also Team Rhino had a 86% pro win rate as well.
Yeah, so like, it doesn't really get much better than that.
Exactly.
So yeah, the gyms did phenomenal, but like also some gyms that maybe didn't get to the finals that did really well. MMA Cork, obviously Brian Mann was leading the charge there. They had a fantastic time. Sam Driver at light heavyweight did really, really well there for them this year. Team KF were phenomenal. Dom Norcus, Craig McCratton, Omar Tugarev, Amran Shaban had really, really good years for that gym on the pro scene. Team Torres, obviously Kieran Brady going really, really well for them.
SVG.
Yeah, SPG Ireland, obviously. Will Fleury, that was obviously probably their peak of the year. But you also have people like your Kieran Clarks, your Dara Kellys,
Nathan Kelly.
your Nathan Kellys,
Danny McCormick.
etc. Danny McCormick as well. Unbelievable stuff. And I think also one that was there, Team Rhino Waterford. Obviously someone also fights out there, but they had Sam Simon pick up a few fights and Kev Kyo, and then SPG Nace with Conor McCarthy, Alex Kyo, Max Ali, and then Max Ali also out of SPG Charlestown. Same with Andreas Binder, obviously getting the win at LFL, picking up the welterweight gold. So like all those gyms had absolutely phenomenal years. And like we said at the start, Irish MMA is really thriving at the moment. And it's great that we can name so many gyms and what they've done so well.
Yeah,
that's something that I'm definitely proud of, and all the gym owners in the country should be really, really proud of. And also, I think ZKJ as well, Danny Core's gym, both Emma and Jack Core have done really, really well this year. So shout out to them too.
That's why it's not easy for us to actually like pick.
That's why we don't really pick the awards. We let the people pick the awards.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, like we have the biggest audience in the Irish MMA scene, so like it's up to the audience to decide, and they did. So come back again next year for the next one, if that's well, I'm already buzzing for next year as well. Also, the last one we gave out, just myself and Ross put this one together. The inspirational fighter of the year was Ryan Curtis. Just watching him return to his feet over the last few months has been inspirational to the whole MMA scene. And I feel like I feel like there's more to see from Ryan, and I've been in contact with Ryan, and we plan on getting him on the show very, very soon. So,
yeah, absolutely. Ryan will probably be on the show maybe early February, I think.
Yeah,
it's a good show.
Yeah. So I mean, like
stay tuned, as the kids would say.
Yeah, and if you don't like the show, then why are you tuning in? But Ross, the UFC is back this weekend. Just before we wrap things up, it's being held in Las Vegas. It's being headlined by
Las Vegas.
It's being headlined by Mackenzie Dern versus Amanda Ribas for the second time. Last time out, Amanda Ribas won in 2019. Ross, if you didn't know, who are you expecting to win this weekend?
Is it going to be my pick or your pick?
I think it's going to be your pick because I picked Covington to win in the last fight, didn't I?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe because I won last year, I should maybe let you choose first. But look, we can decide that. But at the moment, we won't decide that here now live on the show. But I do think Mackenzie Dern will avenge this loss. I think she's going to get. I'm going to pick Mackenzie Dern to get the dub here.
Okay. I'll go with Amanda Ribas because she won last time. Just also on the card, Santiago Ponzinibbio's taking on Carlson Harris. Chris Curtis against Roman Kopylov. That's not bad. And anything else that's screaming at me? No. Next weekend, UFC 311 is going down as well, Ross. Two title fights are on the card. Islam Makachev's taking on Arman Tsarukyan for the second time. And also Merab Dvalishvili is facing Nurmagomedov as well.
Umar.
I'm terrible with the first names, man.
I always get Umar and Usman mixed up as well. Yeah. So like, Paul's fighting Usman. So I mean, we're going to be discussing that next week. We're going to have another show out next week. First show back of 2025. Ross, what can the people expect from the Energized Show this year? Expect great content as always. Lots of fun podcast guests. And yeah, if you guys have any ideas or anything that you'd like to see from us, please do let us know in the comments below. But as for now, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and as always, stay energized.
Jiu-Jitsu by day, Energized Show by night.